Hey up everyone, welcome to another video. I'm back at grey squirrels again. It's something I've been doing quite often recently. I think it's because you go all summer, especially in my part of the world where you're not hunting them. So you're really keen to get back on them for winter months. Surrounded by sheep. Well, we're straight into action on this morning. Not long after first light, ATN's in night mode. It's really satisfying when you drop that first one. Gives you tons of confidence for session ahead. Usual little bit of thrashing about. You can tell it's a natural like death roll. It's not trying to lift its head. Legs are just kicking, it's inhibition. This is at a new feeder location. You saw it a couple of weeks ago. We didn't manage many, but they've just switched on to this feeder. It is a little bit closer up. Centre at forehead, pellet straight through to the brain. Now what do you think to new crosshair? I had a bit of a nightmare last weekend when I went out. I missed 3 unexplainable shots. And it turns out there were a new firmware update for 4K Pro. Old firmware were causing zero shift. So plenty of testing. I'm quite enjoying this new crosshair. So yeah, I'm just walking to hide. You've seen this before in previous videos. I'm happy to say it's in one piece. And it's standing up to weather. It's amazing what you can see in some woodland. Here's feeder. It's looking well. Still nice and secure to the tree. We've had a lot of high winds as well. So this looks like it's going to stand test of time. There's something so peaceful about just sitting there and watching a feeder. Listening to sights and sounds. And when you're quiet, 9 times out of 10, it's always sounds that alert you to the presence of something. So I heard something scratching about a few minutes ago. And sure enough, I didn't have to wait too long until I had another grey squirrel in area. Now they're quite consistent on this morning. About every half an hour I had one turn up. You can see this one twitching its tail. Not happy about seeing another squirrel on the floor dead. Its belly soon turns to food. And it's straight onto the feeder, no messing about. Just gave myself comfy. Waiting for it to grab another piece of wheat. I could tell it had seen my movement. It was looking straight at me. It froze. And that gave me a perfect shot. Again, plenty of thrashing about. You can tell from its reaction, it's not going anywhere. Probably 20 seconds of kicking. And then it's going to come to rest. Okay, looking straight at me. Centre at forehead, just above its left eye, our right as we're looking at it. That pellet will travel straight through brain and straight into the spinal cord. Here it is in slow motion. Final adjustment. Release your shot. It's good night for that squirrel. I'm so pleased this feeder started to pay off. Now it's coming towards end of November. I'm expecting big things from this. Not particularly this season, but once it's become established for 12 months, squirrels in the area recognise it as a food source. You'll have your travelling squirrels that'll move in build drays closer to it so they can get a quick feed. It should be good next season. For this morning's session, using my trusty Ultimate Sporter, as usual, .177 caliber, sub 12 foot-pound, top weight ATM 4K Pro. It's had a right works tune. Phenomenal rifle, great combination, these two together, never lets me down. What a beautiful looking grey partridge, native to UK countryside, very thin on ground these days, but I saw a nice covey of them at the end of my session. I disturbed them in a field that had recently been sown. And here's Mr. Robin, always a pleasure to see these. What a stunning little animal. You'll all be familiar with these on your garden. And they travel from Finland, Norway, into Europe, and they cross over into Great Britain. I'm not saying they all do. This is a general migration route. Down coast to Holland, Belgium, then over to UK. What a magnificent journey for such a little critter. Hide's looking well. Plenty of room in there. It's quite light inside as well. Could probably do with darkening it down a little bit, but I'm tempted to put another tarp over the roof because there's a couple of little holes. I want to ensure that it's waterproof for winter. Get another tarp over the roof. Get some more camouflage netting over it as well. You can see all them branches in the background that we used to brace it in different places because wind had hold of it on that first occasion. And it collapsed roof. But with these in place, it seems solid. It's not moved 1 inch. And it's about 10 foot by 10 foot inside, so even them big tree stumps don't really get in the way. I have another visitor. Again, straight above that eyebrow. That's a great reaction. I'm liking this location. It's in a bit of a crossing point of wood, so wood sort of split into two halves. I'm at top of the valley. I have a feeling that squirrels have to pass through this area. It's like a bottleneck to get to the other side of wood. So it's ideal crossing point. Put a food station in the middle of that, on that direct highway. You see how I'm just above eye? There you go. Little jump. 10 out of 10 foot dive. Some of these tree stumps actually, or tree branches, come in really handy. In between shots, it's perfect for just resting rifle against. Lovely little V. Grabs hold of the rifle, lovely. Just hold onto the barrel. Keeps it nice and secure, and I don't have to worry about it. Here's to the left at Hyde. This is that bottleneck that I'm talking about. It just thins out here a little bit wood. Then it opens up into a bigger piece of woodland to the left again. So this natural bottleneck, that natural thin section of wood, means they like to cross through here. So it's a good little point to intercept them. Stunning little owl here. Beautiful to hear him about in woodlands when he just sat there listening to the sight and sounds. So I'm using my Gen 2 Primo sticks. Pick my rifle up just off that tree branch. Sat nice and comfy. Always think about planting your feet, making sure both your feet are touching ground. You want that stable base when you're shooting off sticks. Make sure you're confident and comfy. And here's another squirrel. Now it's slightly confused about this one being laid on the floor. I don't know if it's trying to hump it, or if it's just trying to get a reaction out of it because it's just laid there motionless. So I'm holding crosshairs off, and I'm thinking it'll do this for 20-30 seconds, and then it'll make his way onto the feeder. But I start to think differently. It seems preoccupied, and I'm thinking about taking a shot. I knew it were going to move then. Just the instincts sort of tell you sometimes. So like I said, just get comfy again, making sure my feet are planted. I want this shot to be true when I release it. You can't get any better than that. Slumps over. Couple of last little grinds, just for good luck. And that's another one clearly dispatched. Not much twitching from this one. It is zoomed in. You can see that pellet pass straight through brain. Hit that fallen branch behind. Take a nice big chunk out of it. Can't understand where he's at all. It looks like it's gone through neck. I'm thinking that's it's like a double shot. It's clearly gone straight through brain. It looks like it's bounced back and repenetrated and come out other side. Unless, yeah, it's got to have. Because you clearly see it hit that branch behind. It must have bounced back. Must have been like double jeopardy for that squirrel. So what I'm thinking now is obviously, I think it's 4 on deck. That last squirrel were more interested in bodies. So I decided this is the perfect time to go out and do a pickup. You can see that I'm walking really gingerly, trying not to snap any twigs, trying not to rustle too many leaves. I'm trying to do it as quiet as I can, because I don't want to disturb area. Now it is going to cause some disturbance, but generally, if you have to leave hide, give it 20 minutes, half an hour maximum. Woodland will return to normal, and squirrels will have forgot you've even been out there. When this wood drops down into the valley, it's really dense and thick. It stretches for quite a bit as well. There's plenty of squirrels in here, hold decent population. So I'm hoping this winter is really productive. Common buzzard or European buzzard. There's quite a stable population these up on this permission. I saw a pair in summer. I'm thinking they were a breeding pair. On this particular morning I could hear them flying around, making that familiar call that they do. When you're out and about and you get to see them, it's absolutely stunning. Something else has caught my eye. These squirrels come along about every half an hour. I kept flicking looking at my watch, it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30. So I'm really pleased that that sort of activity, it keeps you fixed and on point, it keeps you concentrating. You're expecting more arrivals. I did see probably 3 or 4 of the squirrels that went straight past, they weren't interested in feeder. And this one's sniffing blood from where others have been up floor. That was a perfect little shot, really pleased with that one. Side on head shot, between eye and ear. Flick about. Comes to rest. When them legs go like that, and it's attempting to run, that's when you know it's a clinical shot. Your last instinct's to run. Having a good old sniff. That was a perfect shot. I'm enjoying watching it back myself, to be honest with you. A textbook shot. I wish everyone were like that. But that's what we aim for. It is in slow motion. I'm loving this crosshair. I'm loving that little dot. Just gives you something to focus on. Screen don't seem as cluttered as previous crosshair I were using. And to be honest, my personal preference, is to watch footage without any crosshairs, but I know you guys like it, or some of you prefer it. But I like a clear screen. I just like to see you shooting. I'm not one for saying, well, shot placements here or there, but I know people have a preference. Now that squirrel brought his session to a conclusion, but really pleasing. So here's the hide I'm shooting from for this morning's session. I'm relieved it's in one piece. First time we shot this feeder a few weeks ago, it collapsed with wind. We've braced it all inside. It's a lot stronger now. It looks like it all looked at winter. That looks like a dray to me. It's about 15 yards behind feeder. Probably accounts why they've been turning up at first light. They're really early this morning. So it's a really good session. I'm happy with 5. This feeder's only been up about a month and a half, 2 months probably. Looks like they're only just switching onto it. Leveling feeder's only gone down a couple of inches, so I'm reckoning they probably switched on this week, so I've got lucky really. This feeder's only going to do better. Soon be December. We're getting into colder months. Get some snow, get some ice on ground, some frozen ground. I reckon this feeder's going to give us double figures. Last time I were here, I left a bag of wheat in hide on chair. Bag's got a bit damp. Mice have been at it. Now feeder level's only dropped by a couple of inches, so I'm thinking they've only just switched on, but I can't carry that bag back to the car. So I've filled feeder up, I've topped it up, and I've just put rest at bottom. It's better off there than being left in hide and encouraging mice to get in there and stuff, so I'd rather leave it on floor, let pheasants clear it up. It'll still bring squirrels to the area. So that's that topped up. I'll leave this feeder alone now for a couple of weeks, then we'll come back. Well, here's a view from behind hide. It's a little fence I just cross over. Then I have to cross right to the top of this field, then go through another field to get back to the car. It's quite an hike with a bit of kit, and when ground's soggy. Here I'm at about halfway point through first field, and that's woodland that I'm shooting. As you can see, it's quite a decent size. And here's me, I'm just looking where them trees are. Is a gate. I cross through that, cross another field, and I'm back to the car. As ever, thanks for watching, thanks for the support. I'll see you next one.